the stars, driving down the boulevard at night, playing Coldplay on repeat, watching people on the...
So 6 days out before we head north to Lucky Bay, which is just south of Kalbarri, where we're going to do a shakedown with our tinnies, both myself and Nigel, in preparation to, in 2 months, going to Shelter Bay, which is near the famous Steep Point, which is in Shark Bay. So what my intentions are to do today is to pretty much prepare and pack my tinnie, and in the preparation is some little hints that my boat mechanic Bravo Marine suggested I do with my outboard, which includes being aware that you need to lay your motor down if you're going to take it off a particular way. So I'm going to start doing that now and then pack the boat up, put the cover on in preparation to next Friday morning, 4 AM, heading north to Lucky Bay, Kalbarri.
Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go.
So I've also bought myself a little Lowrance Hook 5 Reveal sounder, which I'm powering 2 different ways. One is a little 12 volt 7 iTech lithium battery, and then also a King's power pack, which I can do with a different sort of plug, a cigarette lighter plug. Quickly show you how that works. So I want to power it up. I don't know what these clips are called, but I'm sure there's a special name for it. That just houses in here. Done. And hypothetically, if it runs out of battery and I've got my 12 volt pack to support it, I just strip it out, or it's another option of course, and unplug that clip, plug in the King's pack, and in she goes. So I've got 2 ways to power that. In addition to that, thanks to the Tinnie Modification Facebook group, I followed some good leads how to attach my transducer, which is, as you can see there, I've just glued on with Sikaflex a bit of cutting board and then clipped my cables. Clip my cables up and around, nice and neat, into my little tinnie holder, which holds my, into my little holder that holds my batteries and also my sounder. Another modification is my rod holders. Put myself a little storage box, which is where I hold my, clearly my fishing gear, safety gear and stuff. It clips down on either side. Velcro cutting board. Also Velcro the cutting board so I can clean that with ease. Plastic folding seats. Also got myself some of these seats which slide on and slide off. So show you here. You screw your bracket down, and the underside of the seat slides onto it. If you want to remove it, you just got to put your hand up like that. Voila. So the first thing my mechanic suggests that I do is actually run my motor dry fuel. So I'm going to connect some water and then disconnect the fuel and then start the motor to run it dry fuel, and then leaving the fuel disconnected and then reconnecting the fuel tank when we actually go to use it. First thing I'll do is run the motor of all its petrol that's in the carby. So what my mechanic suggests that I do is actually put fresh fuel into the carby first, and then let it run, and then disconnect the carburetor. I'm just going to disconnect the fuel now. Okay, so now the motor's run out of fuel, the carby's out of fuel. That was step number one. Step number two is what I need to do is almost find a compression point of the pull start, which stops any oil going back into the cylinders or something like that. So without further ado, I need to, and apparently when you pull it, there's two pulls, you reckon, roughly. You'll find, there it is there. Now this is for a 4-stroke. I don't know what you have to do for a 2-stroke. Now I don't know whether all manufacturers are the same, but on this particular Yami 15, you'll notice on the right hand side looking at the back of the motor, it's round with no bumps. However, on the tiller side, there's like a little landing. This is the side, on the tiller side, we're going to lay the motor down and that particularly denotes it, and by that apparently it stops any oil or any residue going back into any parts of the motor while it's lying down that it shouldn't do. Now we're going to hit the motor off. Lay it down that side. You can see the tiller is on the ground. That's apparently how you travel with an outboard motor. Now the motor's off, now it's time to pack the tinnie and get it ready for leaving for Kalbarri in 6 days. Not that I'm counting.
I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go. Turning up the stereo in a place I didn't know till now. In a different part of town, I see new colors as the sun goes down. No, it doesn't even matter to me where I go. Just feel I need to take a